We work with about 3,000 partners across the world. And what we do is apply automation and AI and APIs directly into the Google Ads engine. So they'll run even micro campaigns starting at $100 a month. And literally all they tell us is here's the URL of where we want the traffic, here's the budget, here's the target area, and the AI takes over and stands up these dynamic ad campaigns. So that's what we do. We try to focus on building SaaS products that help people like yourself, partners or resellers, mostly in digital marketing today, obviously, given in Google Ads, be able to help small businesses at scale. So that's the trick. The trick is at scale. So I'm not going to talk too much about that, but bam, a year and a half ago, ChatGPT comes out. We do what we do, take a look at it and say, well, how is this going to affect and work with small business? Of course, the barrier for small business is almost always price and time. But these things are incredible. Like they are great from customer support. They're great at sales conversion. They're great at training, and they're great at human resources and HR and admin. So they increase efficiency. They're highly personalized. There's great interactions, and we'll go through some in a minute. But one of the really cool things as a value-added service provider is the data that comes out of this. And we'll talk extensively about that and how to use that, because the data basically eliminates the opportunity for churn. And we'll talk about that. They speak 27 languages out of the box. So you put in English, it'll talk Swahili if you want it to, and it's highly scalable. So we think it's a great part to help keep a competitive edge for a small business. They can expand their audience, they can address different languages, and it's always on 24/7, 365. So the market looks at AI and says, well, it's going to grow, for the next 10 years at a compounded rate of 42%. So it's on fire. It's happening right now. In fact, right now, this industry is about $140 million, and they expect it to go to 240 by the end of next year, and about 3 billion by the end of the decade, just in AI-based chatbots. So the reason is because of the cost savings and efficiency. Like the businesses are expected to adopt this widespread. If you have a website going forward, you will likely have an AI-based chatbot, because right now with a website, we force the consumer to do the research. So you go to Google, you find a website, you go to that website, you want to know if there's a gluten-free menu option. You have to do the work. You have to find the menu. You got to read the menu. You got to go through everything. Well, that will all change too. You'll talk to your phone and you'll say, do you have a gluten-free option? And it will come back and say, here are the options. Here's the price, because it does the search for you. It digests the content that you feed it. So they're expected to be ubiquitous. And so we do what we do, which is how do we create a cost-effective, super easy to use, highly scalable product for partners, which is our target audience, to be able to help businesses of all size, but particularly small businesses, adopt this. And basically, our partner program is targeted to any consultant, like anybody who has a value-added relationship with a small business could be the AI chatbot provider, whether it's marketing and sales or tech and IT, digital transformation, like all of us, digital agencies, coaches. We'll talk a little bit about how business coaches, like how this really works from a training perspective. But it's really anybody who touches a small business and has a trusted relationship. The primary uses are, again, customer support, sales conversion on a website, in-house training. Think of a coach. A coach spends all this time creating intellectual property for an individual company or business, and they do their presentation and they make their manuals and they do all their stuff and they leave. But what if they left by feeding all of that data into an AI chatbot and leaving it with that business and all of those business people, like all the people that work in that space? They can create not only a recurring, profit stream from it, but they get to watch all the conversations. So they get all this data that will show them, hey, here's what we should be coaching next. Here's where your staff is missing, or here's where your customers have questions and you don't have answers, or here's a new product that people keep asking about that you don't have or offer now. You might consider it. So the data-based decision-making really is interesting and very compelling coming out of it. Our tool is super easy. There's no coding. We're actually going to build a bot while we're in here. It's always on. It's a simple dashboard. It alerts you when there's something like an unanswered question that comes through the bot. You can view all these conversation histories. You can make as many bots as you want. So, and again, 27 languages. So literally, You can just switch languages at random, particularly in Canada. French can sometimes be a problem, a lot of an investment. Well, you don't need to necessarily build a French website. You can just have an English chatbot that speaks French. Just so that we're clear, what we do is we rent our software. It's $199 US per month, and it includes 1,000 chats. So we get charged for the chats. We charge $50 for 500 chats over the 1,000. So the 1,000 is every month. It refreshes, and you can allocate them to your small business customers. This business gets 200. This business gets 300, or however you build them, and you can make literally unlimited bots. So we are not in the cart with you. You set the pricing, you decide how much you want to charge, you decide how you want to position it, and we just provide the software that enables you to grow. So from the customer, it's all about growth, increasing conversion, having better customer support, expanding into multilingual customers, and making better database decisions based on these conversations that occur. So time saving is an accuracy. Like when you think of an HR, so you have a benefits program. Your benefits program is always a mess to try and figure out. Every time someone has a question, they stop and call the HR person or the office manager, say, how does this work? It just sucks time. And with this, you could just take a database of information like your benefits policy or your vacation policy or any policy that you want, create a bot out of it, and give it to your staff behind a password protected page, and they can engage with it at any point in time. So for the partners, for you guys, we think it's an unlimited recurring profit stream. It's a huge addressable market. Like it is every business from restaurants to consultants to coach. I mean, every business we believe is going to have an AI-based chatbot because they're affordable and they work very well. I think it's a good market differentiator. Obviously, everything to do with AI is pretty topical today. It's pretty easy to get a business engaged in something like this. And then we think there's great expansion opportunities for you as a part of a product portfolio. And then all of the increased client retention. So these conversations become very valuable. The tool learns and grows over time using the data of that individual chatbot. So that data is what you can use to, help that business going forward. But man, it's hard to turn them off and start over once you've got a year's worth of history of the conversational bots learning about that business and the customers. So it's every business, like it's every category. It's dead simple to do. You create an account. We start everyone off with free accounts where they can actually make demo bots. We'll show you that. You literally upload. So you create a bot, you upload data into that bot. So crawl my website, which we just are doing right now for the digital maturity group's website. Documents, PDFs, spreadsheets, presentations, text, freeform text, FAQs, all of it can go into any of the bots that you make. And the bot is constrained to only answer from the data set provided to it. So it doesn't hallucinate, it doesn't do crazy stuff because you're in control of what it's able to answer based on. So you quickly test them, then you deploy them, which is just embedding a piece of code, which is easy to do on a website. Most of you, I'm sure, have done it. And then you start watching conversations. So again, it's free, it's easy. We'll send you guys links to this if you want to, give it a spin for us. You literally log into your account, you click the add a chatbot button, and you can stylize it. What color do you want it to be? Do you want to add some footer buttons, or do you want to add some links, call to actions in there? Give it a website to crawl. So we're crawling the digital maturity group. Say, I want you to crawl not just this page, which is what Zero is, but you can actually say crawl every first domain link on that website, and it just crawls it and makes a chatbot. In about 10 minutes, you can preview the chatbot, and it's live. And away you go. That's literally how hard it is to create a chatbot. It's dead simple. So anyone can do it. There's no technical training. It's not like HubSpot or High Level or Vendasta where you have to learn this whole new way of doing business. This is just simple. This is what a conversation history looks like. It will email alert you, and in the dashboard will alert you, but here's an example of an answer that it didn't have. Sorry, I can't answer that question. While you're in that conversation, you can literally click on create an answer and it will pop an FAQ, type out the answer, hit save. It's now in the database forever. It's been cleared, and away it goes. So these things take a little bit to build. They are about 10 minutes to build one. And then that initial conversations that go in there, if you do it as a value-added service provider, which I would recommend personally, then you would be engaging with that customer and helping with those answers. But over time, these things require almost no attention from you. So you can scale like crazy. Like to have, 20, 30, 40, 50 customers on this is pretty simple. And again, the learning and growing. So this is a really sticky product because that history is of real value to those businesses. It helps them make decisions. It helps them understand their marketing. It helps you, have great value-added conversations with them about what they need to do. We are not in the cart with you, but here's what we typically see. We see a partner selling to a small business for $250 a month. They usually give them up to 3 bots. They usually give them 200 chats, and then they charge normally 20 cents per chat at overage. Now, a chat to us is not an answer. It is a conversation that occurs within a 2-hour window. So as many back and forths as possible in that 2-hour window, that's counted as one chat. But we actually get billed by ChatGPT, which is what this is on. So there's another revenue stream for you there in terms of those overages if they occur. So we look at a partner and say, go find 20 customers, charge them $250. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you $2,400 a year. It's a very lucrative, profitable, recurring profit stream. Now, how we're coming to market with this is with what's called a 2-tiered affiliate program. So what we're looking to do is to turn our partners into recommenders and really essentially a group of sales reps to introduce this service to their colleagues. Or maybe you're an influencer and you've got followers. It's basically very, very common in the software industry now to have affiliate programs, and we've just chosen not to build a sales force, but to try and encourage our partners to become our sales force. We pay 40% recurring lifetime in the first tier. So sign up a partner, they pay us $199, you get $79.90 every month, and as long as they're paying us. And then you teach them to go find some partners, the second tier, and you get 10% of their recurring profit as well. So it can grow pretty fast. It's simple. You get a link. You put the link wherever, you say, hey, sign up for this, give it a try, it's free, and away you go. And it's not like most of the software as a service platforms where there's an awful lot of hand holding. I mean, we just trained you on how to build a bot. It took us 5 minutes. So we think it applies to a very broad target audience. And we run it all through a company called First Promoter. Lane, this is the company I was telling you about. You can log in, see where you're at, see what's going on with your referrals, see what's going on in terms of being paid. It's third-party management of the whole process. So it's not us, it's First Promoter that's doing it. We think there's all kinds of software affiliates. You guys have probably done, recommended Upwork or recommended Keep or something in the past and made a little money off of it. But this is very easy to use. It has a very broad market appeal. You don't have to be a Shoptoit customer in order to be an affiliate. So you don't have to use it or sell these chatbots to be a promoter for us. 2 tiers, affordable pricing, 90-day cookies, and we think it really reduces churn. So we think it actually looks a little more like this for you. Go sell 20 small businesses. There's 60 grand in recurring profit. Go find 10 colleagues and get them on the program. There's another 10 grand annually in profit. And then encourage those 10 people to find their 10 people, and there's another $24,000 in profit. So we think you can get this to a 6-figure recurring income annually without a whole lot of work. And that's the entire idea. So that's the part of it that I wanted to show you. Now, while we were in there, we built a chatbot for the digital maturity group, literally by saying, crawl the website, make a chatbot. So this is kind of how they work. You could ask it a question, does a small business need a digital assessment, right? Common question maybe for someone in there. Now it's going into the website and extracting it, and it comes back and it says, a small business may benefit from digital marketing assessment as it provides a comprehensive digital strategy designed for busy, small, medium-sized executives. So you get it. It's whatever content you're putting in there, however you want it to react, it reacts. And it has that conversation, trying to convert that into, why don't you engage with us? Give me your email address and we'll take this conversation offline, or here's my calendar. Let's book a call. So it's very, very simple to do it. That was just off of a website. Like you could do this in the parking lot in a garage or in front of a sales call that you're going to do. You could walk in on your phone and say, hey, Lane, I just built a chatbot for your business. Are you interested in it? It's whatever you want to charge them. So very, very simple. This is the back end. When you log in, it shows you here's your customers that you've added into it. You can allocate chats to them. And then it tells you if there's an action that you need to go through. There's a dashboard that's quite easy. So if we just click on the actions, it's going to take us into conversations that has a missing answer. So you can see that here's an example of somebody that had a conversation that didn't get answered. They had 2 questions, one didn't get answered. As we mentioned, very simple to do it. Do you have specials today? Yes, we have specials. You know, do you have any drink specials? He's neglected, the business owner has neglected to put drink specials into the content. So literally he can go in there and either type in the drink specials that he has. Monday we do this, Tuesday we do that, Wednesday we do this. Hit save, and it's added to the database forever. So that's the whole thing, guys. You made it all the way to the end. I appreciate your patience.